my festive ghoulies and ghosties, and welcome to Christmas Ghost Stories 2003. My name is Emily Inkpen, and tonight I shall be reading The Sweetest Lie by George Daniel Lee. The singers knock most nights now, voices thin and chattering in the cold. I don't know the hymns they sing, can't see their faces, no matter what window I look from. Only endless dark and snow in the sputtering street lamp light. The silence after is unbearable. I wish I knew what they wanted, what I could give to make them stay and sing until morning. But I've already given so much. Tonight is worse than most. So cold, so empty. I almost don't make it home before the light fades. Cruel stars already shining. I feel sick as I light the fire, check the children in their rooms, warm, watered, fed. Afraid, of course. How can they not be? But excited too. It's Christmas Eve after all. You remember we always used to light the fire, hang the stockings when the kids had gone to bed? I remember. His face, his smile, before he left us to look for help, for anything. I don't think there's anyone out there. It's been so long since we saw another human being. It's why I look so desperately when the singers come. Just seeing them would be miracle enough. But no, there may as well be no one there. Tonight, it hurts more than usual. Loneliness barbed in my breast, thorns puncturing my heart, a cold more intimate than any winter can inflict. The kids can't sleep, giddy with anticipation. I hear them creep across the landing, looking out into the night for some sign of the pretty lies we've told them. I know he'll never come. Part of them does too. If he did, though, I know what my Christmas wish would be. Go back to bed, I hiss between clenched teeth. He'll not come if you're awake. Echoes of old lies, the same my parents told me and theirs them, in the name of love. I could go and surprise them, shepherd them back beneath the covers, stay at their bedsides till winter dreams come. But no, not again. I can't bear the emptiness. Instead, I stay here, wrapped in this tattered blanket that smells so much of old childhood sickness, tending a fire that will never burn out, no matter how low it withers. There was a grander fire once, an old nightmare, smeared faces, the chatter of flames, distant voices screaming. Then the songs, hymns at the door, jolting me awake, back to endless night and waiting. Even near the fire it's cold. I don't dare touch it, any more than visit the children upstairs. What if I find it's empty as everything else? What if my fingers come away unburned? I couldn't bear it. Snow falls softly, serene in the moonlight. I don't remember the last time it snowed before tonight. I was just a boy. My parents treated it like a miracle. I didn't understand the import of it. Not till later, when I wasn't a child anymore and no longer believed in miracles. Tonight, it falls and falls. Peering through the curtains, I see it carpeting every inch of the cul-de-sac, undisturbed in the hoods of cars, the ceilings of neighbouring houses. Even the pathways are innocent, not so much as a cat's paw print to disturb their purity. I look longer this time, entranced by the bleak quiescence, the night that never ends. Across the way, houses I used to know sit dark and unmoving, not a glimmer of light or suggestion of life behind their closed curtains. Shadows lie across the nearby parkland, deeper and more distressing than the surrounding night. I sometimes dream of running there, taking flight out the back door, hurtling as fast as my legs will carry me across the snow. In those dreams, things stir and follow. The hymns turn to shrieks, and the singers come for me. There's nothing, I tell myself through chattering teeth. There's nothing. That's why I don't go, why I can't. He left, no matter how I begged him not to. He left, and never came back. It swallows us up, the night, the cold. It's the emptiness between stars, beyond time, after the mechanisms of physics finally wind down, the old, worn-out clock of creation fails. And it's hungry. Is it nearly time, Daddy? I don't remember her name. I hate myself for that. It's been so long. So much has happened. It doesn't matter. She isn't even there. She was outside when the night fell. Maybe at school, maybe at a friend's house, maybe singing Christmas carols or shopping with her other dad. I don't remember. She isn't here now, despite the closeness, the reality of that voice at my back. Daddy? No one. Just ghosts. The fire, the snow, the singers. Daddy, you have to go to bed. You have to go to bed or he won't come. Pleading now, desperate for me to turn, smile, carry her upstairs, tuck her in and promise presents and light and music in the morning. It's so fucking cruel. Get to bed, now. A receding sob, slow, light footsteps. I wait before turning from the window, certain that if I catch even fleeting sight of her, my heart will burst in my chest. I don't sleep. I haven't slept since the snow started falling, since the singers first came to the door. I still look for him from behind the curtains, expect to see him trudging his weary way home from the dark. He'll never come. I don't know what the night has done with him, but he'll never come back to me. Yes, he will. Don't be silly. The boy this time strayed downstairs while I was distracted. I catch a glimpse of him out of the corner of my eye, feel frost inside my head. The singers are at the doorstep, raising their hymns to the dark. Daddy? Back to bed. It's not him, the boy whose names I no longer recall, and his sisters. It's not him, the boy whose name I no more recall than his sisters. He was here when it happened, wailing and weeping upstairs. I never heard a sound more vile. I don't remember his name. The frost makes my teeth chatter, my temples throb, splinters of ice prick the inside of my head. I want to die. He doesn't obey. Lingering in the squalid shadows, a smile splits his face, bright as a sickle moon, too wide for the features framing it. Did you hear me? Bed. Now. The boy giggles, gnawing on something in his filthy hand. Whatever it is twitches, seeping muck over too many fingers. I want to stay up and listen to the pretty songs. The pretty songs. They seep inside, black and freezing, lead coagulating my veins and bowels. But worse, far worse, are the visions they set dancing in my head, places beyond the night where morning has already come, places that hurt my head to think about, that make no sense to me. It's all right, Daddy. When other Daddy comes home, we can all listen. Won't that be wonderful? Won't that be? Get to bed. Now. The boy skitters away, trailing laughter as he disappears back upstairs. I leave food for them, though I'm sure they don't need it. I don't know why. They aren't my kids. I don't know what they are. It feels like a sacrifice, something to pacify them, my little mad gods. Always the same when I go to the fridge. The remains of a turkey, roasted potatoes, glazed carrots, gravy, always replenished, no matter how much of it we eat. Sometimes I feel like I'm not eating it at all, that something else squelches and squirms on my plate. Sometimes I almost see it, understand, but it passes like a memory of childhood nightmares. Everything is the same. I have to sleep, they know it, singers and children, the things in the snow and shadows. They don't listen, though, I beg them, whenever I hear their footsteps across the ceiling, on the stairs, their whispered voices. Back to bed. He won't come. Sometimes I think I hear Robert calling my name through the gale, straining to be heard against the hymns. I know it can't be. There's nothing left out there now. I still hope he'll come, that I'll wake up tomorrow to find him there. No more ghosts, no more rancid stains dripping down the walls, no more black swarms in the cracks and hollows. But he won't. He's gone. So long now it feels like another year has passed, another Christmas come round and round and round. The TV keeps me awake, flickering through various channels, though its grey light gives me a headache. Nothing but Christmas films and cartoons, seasonal episodes of old comedies and soap operas. There's something wrong with them. The familiar scenes distorted, surreal, parodies of themselves. Sometimes I see the singers on the doorstep as though through a misted window. I try not to look when that happens. I don't want to see any more, but they don't give me any choice. Leave me alone, please. Their hymns won't let me be, hissing through the TV speakers, the windows, from inside, what they say, what they make me see. It hurts. It hurts. I can't see their faces, though they stare back at me from the TV screen, flickering between scraps of cartoon and Christmas film, smeared flashes, distorted impressions, nightmares that won't let me wake. And still the children refuse to stay in their beds, uncaring if the night never ends. He won't come if you're awake. They laugh, aware of the lie for what it is. Monsters. At least they're content to remain upstairs for now, out of my sight. We should have known what they were from the beginning, should have thrown them on the fire with the discarded wrapping paper. It's their fault. I don't know how, but I know they called the singers to our doorstep, brought this endless night down on us. Cuckoos in the nest. He never would have left, were it not for them. It's their fault. They trail spiteful laughter down the stairs, coming for me now. I can't move. So weak. Fever throbbing at my temples, sickness in belly, worms writhe inside, children of the infested filth I have dined on. I see it now, taste it. No more Christmas stories, no more lies, black and seeping and fly-blown, the stink of it unimaginable. I don't know where it came from, only that I brought it back home from my wanderings in the dark, desperate to feed them, to make Christmas so special this year. Come and see, Daddy, come and listen. I can't bear it. The worms in my mind, too, writhing, eating, excreting vile visions. What are they? These things that come for me, they smile like children, laugh like children, but they aren't. They can't be. They slink towards me, one on all fours crouched low like a lizard, black smoke issuing from its flayed raw back. The other drifts above the mould-sprouting carpet, trailing obscene trails that whip and coil in the air. Back to bed! The lies choke me, shards of shattered glass in my throat. They come to me, running cold, sleeping hands across my face, such loving touches, such sweet smiles. Come and see. Flesh bursts and sloughs away where they grasp me. I barely feel it. They bear me up, weightless as a plastic doll, carry me through the desolate remains of the home we once made. I can't bear to see it. The places where we laughed, argued, made love. It flashes before my misted eyes, little more than dead dreams now. Look, Daddy, can you see them? Through the misted glass of the front door, the curtains of filth obscuring it, shapes in the night, wavering smoke on water, reflections of dark candle flames. He won't come. The children laugh, their many voices slithering and rupturing like talons, ragged shards in the air. No need to lie any more, Daddy. The singers are here. The truth is prettier by far. The door bursts inwards, allowing in the snow and razor-fingered cold, a night deeper than any void beneath the earth or between stars. And the hymns swarm upon me, fill me, slowly drowning memory, sanity, and all promise of tomorrow. Wake up, Daddy! I can't. I don't want to. The hymns have shown me the lie of mourning, the horror of it. Here, in the cold and darkness, the lie of love can't reach me. Light, a warm hand on my shoulder, gently shaking me awake. Stephen. That voice, I know that voice. Names, faces, they cascade through me, flooding back. Robert? I surface through a sludge of dreams, other colder hands clutching at me, desperate to keep me buried with them. Dimly, distantly, children laugh, hollering in excitement. Did you sleep down here all night? Light floods my eyes, scouring away the hideous fungal black, the singing swarms, a face I last saw turning away from me, trailing tears into the night. Here, it comes costumed, partially hidden behind a prodigious beard the colour of snow. Did you see Santa, Daddy? I flinch as the boy takes my hand, his touch so warm. I don't know. Robert ruffles the boy's hair, pausing to adjust the cushions stuffed into his Santa Claus costume, lending the illusion of weight he's never possessed. Tim, go help your sister with the wrapping paper, will you? The boy looks momentarily crestfallen, about to protest, but then breaks into an excited smile and speeds away across the room. Are you sure you're all right? You seem a bit out of it. I feel it. I don't remember falling asleep. Robert chuckles, standing. Well, I'm sure a mulled port will help. There's some on the stove. I smell it, sweet and spiced and wholesome. The kids play in the ruins of wrapping paper and presents by the tree. Susan desperately trying to coax Timothy into helping her stuff the scraps into a black bin bag. My eyes stray to an empty plate and glass before the fireplace. I remember this. This is how it was before. The first snow falls outside the living room window, a terrible sense of inevitability settling with it. Struggling to catch my breath, I stagger to the window, looking out into a neighbourhood I haven't seen in this state for so long. Of course, Susan notices, always the brighter, the more perceptive of the two. Dad? I can hardly bear to look at her, knowing what's going to happen, what she'll become. We have until the singers arrive at the front door. It's okay, sweetheart. Everything's okay. The cruelest, sweetest lie. Making my way through to the kitchen, I am assaulted by the sense of roasting duck and honey-glazed vegetables. Robert delicately decants steaming port from the pan into the glasses. Merry Christmas, love. He raises his glass. Merry Christmas. The sweetly spiced liquor does nothing to wash away the ashes curdling in my mouth. It won't be the same. Not this time. The duck burns black in the oven, filling the house with acrid smoke. The same old Christmas specials cycle on the TV, just as they did when this day passed before. How many times? I don't know. Maybe hundreds. The same sorry rounds, the same empty rituals. The children sleep now, dreamless, never lost again. Robert won't leave us, won't lose himself in the night. He'll stay with me this time, even as the sky darkens, splits open, as the snow grows furious and the singers emerge. Never again, never again, I swear to the darkening sky. In the distance, carols echo, growing closer, blissfully ignorant of the silence soon to smother them, making way for songs of an older, darker creed. Merry Christmas, I wish them, and the bloodied phantom grinning back at me through the window. That was The Sweetest Lie by George Daniel Lee. And that was Christmas Ghost Stories 2023. Merry Christmas and I hope you have a very happy New Year.